Hello guys, and welcome to another ProfileTree video. So in today's video we're going to be covering a website builder called Shopify. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. So what exactly is the Shopify website builder? So whether you're a business owner or an individual looking to sell products online, Shopify is basically an e-commerce platform that makes it easy to create a professional and user-friendly online store. So of course, as well as Shopify helping you expand your own business, it does provide you the key services that you need, which are the payments, marketing, shipping, and of course the customer engagement tools. So of course, before we get looking into the Shopify website builder itself, what we want to have an insight on is why exactly should I have a website? Now, when you're creating an online website, you're showing that online presence. You're creating an online presence. Now, you'll be able to connect not only with the locals, of course, if you own a physical store, then you can sell locally and you would need a website. Now, if you are trying to make that change and trying to go global, then this would be the way to go about it. Now, it could be whether you're making a basic site or even ones with a website with contact information. This is a great way to expand your business. Now, of course, there's other people that have created their own sort of websites. Now, it's great for freelancing work. You could even use it for having a multi-page wedding photography business or even a place to blog. But of course, Shopify isn't that sort of area. They do have blog content just to help with SEO, which we'll look into later on in the video. But yes, pretty much just take the advantage of the online industry of marketing. So now that we've covered just a background of Shopify, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the website builder itself. Now, this is the first initial look of Shopify itself. So of course you have your header where you can check out the solutions, your pricing as well, and your resources. And of course we've got our login and free trial start button. So of course, firstly what you would want to do is you would want to go ahead and sign up for Shopify, and then you would select a plan that would fit your needs. Once you've created your account, you'll be directed towards the Shopify dashboard. So we'll go ahead and do that now. So if you went ahead there and selected start free trial, you'll be directed to this page where it'll help you get started. So of course, if you are just starting, then select I'm just starting. Or if you are selling online or in person, then go ahead and click the I'm already selling online or in person. Then of course it'll give you the option on where you would like to sell. Now you could say an online store, an existing website or blog, online marketplaces, and social media, or in person. Now make sure you pick the one that suits you. Then of course if you do own a business or if you don't, then it'll ask you what do you plan to sell first. So whether you're going to be drop shipping products, print on demand products, products I buy or make myself, digital products, or services. And you also have the option to select skip if you are unsure. Then of course it'll ask you next, what would you like to name your store? We'll go ahead and do that. So now that we've answered those few questions, it's going to ask us to create a Shopify ID. So you can either continue with email, Apple, Facebook, or Google. So select which one suits you best. So of course, once you've selected the account, it'll then build the store for you. So it does take a couple of minutes just to load up. And once that's loaded, it'll bring you onto the actual dashboard. Okay, so after a couple of minutes, just a few seconds, just waiting there, you'll now reach the actual seller's dashboard. Now within the Shopify dashboard, this is where you can customize your store, add products, and set up payment and shipping options. So we'll go ahead and explore the Shopify dashboard together. So first of all there, it's going to ask you to set up your online store. So that's just a little drop down there. It'll ask us to add our first product. So when clicking on your first product, it'll link you to another area within that page. So of course, if we haven't already added a product before, so it's just as simple as adding the title, so t-shirt, depending on what product you're selling, of course, a brief description of that item. Then, of course, you would add your media files. This could be your videos, depending if someone's showcasing a t-shirt or a dress, or any of the images there. Now, you would add how much you're going to be pricing it for, and the compare up price. So that's basically to display a markdown, and of course charge tax on this product. You can do so or you can't. You don't need to. So of course that's the pricing there, and then the cost per item as well. So of course that's where you'll have your profit and your margin. So just say it costed you about £10, and then the pricing for this would be £49, so £49.99. So your profit margin is at a $39.99 with an 80% margin. So of course that's what it's showing, and of course if you do charge tax on this product, then that's not eligible. You can also track your inventory, so depending on the shop location, and you can also continue selling when out of stock if you wanted to, or if you have it unticked, of course it'll just say sold out. Now you could provide an SKU or a barcode, of course. Then next would be the shipping, so depending on the weight of the actual product, this is where you can add it in. So you've got pounds, ounce, kilograms, and grams. Then you can also include customs information. Now you could choose to ship outside of Shopify if you wanted to as well, but this is just depending on you. Whether it be a digital product or service, then that means the shipping won't really apply. So of course customers won't need to enter their shipping details at checkout. Now you've also got variants where you can add size, color, material, and size, style. So depending if there's any sort of different values, you can write it down there, and you can add more options. And the search engine listing, so you can add a description to see how the product might appear within a search engine listing. So that's just the meta description. You could pretty much have the same one for the description, probably just a shorter version. So that's how it'll come up as a URL. So of course you would have your store for your domain name, your proper domain name. So just like us, if you see https://profiletree.com and then /products/t-shirt. So that's how that could be selected for. So of course, once you've got your products all aligned and you've got everything sorted there, so we'll just go ahead and leave that page. Then that's of course where you can name your store. Now if you haven't named your store already, you can go ahead and do it here on the Shopify dashboard. So of course our name is currently called My Store, just didn't have a name for it there. So once you do name the store, so if we just had ProfileTree, of course this is where you would add your phone number, your contact details, and the store currency, and then you would just save that. So of course now that you've got the store name set up, then that's when you can customize your online store. Now there's no actual particular way you need to do this. You don't need to take it within the steps of add your first product, then name your store. You could do it in random order. So we'll go ahead and customize your online store. So this is the themes that you will use. So we'll wait for this to load. So the theme here is actually called Dawn. Now these are the base and default themes that have been created by Shopify. Now, of course, if you didn't want to use the Dawn one, we can visit the theme store and view for the other themes that are available. Now there are ones that are free and there are ones that are paid for. So just going over the first themes here, which are the free ones. We'll go through that first. So of course, within the left side, you can actually filter them out. So you've got the pricing, you've got industry as well, your catalog size, your features. Now that's all there for you. Of course, depending on the business you're at, just say you're on the clothing business, you can go ahead and select that within the filter. Now, there are actually quite a few themes just for free. So 12 themes overall. It actually used to be 11 there, so they must have added a new one, which is this one here. So you can see the features underneath as well. So they've got quick view, mega menu, sticky header, and then this one's got a stock counter. And yes, so if you do pick out the most popular one, so just say within popularity, so this is actually the Dawn one. So this is the one that's actually current on our store at the minute, so the Dawn theme. So if I go ahead and view a demo store on that, we can see how it would look, the potential for our online business e-commerce store. So that's the footer, you've got your header, and we can also view it within the optimized version on mobile. So that's the potential for this theme. Now, of course, if you do decide that you want to spend some money on the actual theme, so as an investment, you may want to go for a paid plan or a paid for theme. Now, this is just a one-off, only for that store. So, of course, you can filter it so it's from high to low, low to high, within popularity. So it looks like Impulse is the most popular with $350. So if I go ahead and select one, you've actually got a couple of presets, modern, bold, and clean. So these are some of the designs that they offer. Of course, you can change this. It doesn't have to be the actual imaging on the background. Now, we can go ahead and view a demo store. So this is how it would look like. So it's nice, modern. You've even got some lightbox pop-ups for newsletters. Some good animation within the bottom right there. So that's all code based. And if we scroll down, so that's a full website, as you can see. You got your footer, your header, all your content in the middle. We've got a currency changer as well. So say we wanted to do United Kingdom. That'll change it for us. Of course, we can view the modern one as well. Now they're all optimized within the mobile version when it comes to Shopify. Now, when you are picking a theme, just make sure that you do read the reviews. Of course, this one's got a 95% positive rating. And below shows the people who are actually using the Impulse store, which is Kappa and Pennyboard. So just a couple of website examples there. So it sort of just goes to show what the potential these themes can provide. So before we get carried on, what we want to do is we want to actually customize the Dawn theme. So I'll go ahead and show you that now. So of course, earlier on we were at the dashboard of Shopify. All you need to do is select the Customize Your Online Store. So go ahead and do that. Customize the theme. We'll just click off the setup guide. So of course it'll ask you to pick a plan, but we'll look into that later on in the video. So all you would need to do is just select the customize theme. Now you can also edit the code out if you wanted to. So this is the code or the background code for the Dawn theme. Now, of course, you could see if you are familiar with Node.js, then by all means you can go ahead and customize some of parts out, especially with the sections. So with the cart notification, so that's the background. Of course, these can all be configured, but you don't necessarily have the code. It's not really necessary. You can just select customize and it'll bring you to a new page. So this is how it looks. Of course, we've got our brand name along with the other sections of the website. So it looks very similar to the Dawn theme that we viewed earlier on. Now to actually customize the page, it's very easy enough. Just select on the part that you want to click on. So this one's the image banner. I can go ahead and select an image and upload my images, or I can go ahead and check out some of the free images they have. So depending on, of course, the set theme that I want to do for my website. So if I wanted to do it based on tech, so say we're an office-based one, I can go ahead and select a image for that one. So if I wanted to do something along the lines of some cars, I can go ahead and select 4 cars. So that could be something to do with traveling. We can load these up as well. So that's all provided by Burst. So that's the people that are accompanying the rights to use these images, like so. So it's as simple as doing that. Now, if you did want to have a second image, you can go ahead and select for a second image as well. So there's some staff favorites there. So that's how it would look. Now, once you're happy enough with that, just click select. Now you can change this as well if you wanted to and remove it. You can add the overlay. So that's just a percentage bar. You can remove the section overall completely if you wanted to. So that's how it can look. Large, medium, small. So there's different presets to actually having a banner height. So we'll just keep it at large or medium maybe. Then of course you've got your color scheme. You can have it inverse. You wouldn't want that. We'll just have it as background 1. And you can also stack the images on mobile. So there's quite a lot to do. There's also some custom CSS for this section only, so you can have it to do something in terms of animation. So of course we've got the browse our latest products. To change that, it's simple enough. I could just go ahead and change it through here. Like so, and change the heading size. I can create it so that it's bold, have italics onto it. I can move it within the next position. So there's a couple of things you can do with that. Or I can choose to overall hide it. And if you had made a mistake, you can use the redo and undo buttons on the top. And of course there's some buttons you can add there as well. So if you wanted to add more blocks, you can go ahead and do that. That's just mainly just going within the area here. Of course, with the theme blocks, I can add some text. So some more text within there. Maybe I want to add a description. Like so. I can have that as a subtitle if I wanted to. Have it all completely uppercase. And then when I'm satisfied with this section, all I would need to do then is add another section. So this time I could pick, there are quite a few different options there. Or if you're not happy with the theme sections, which now we'll move on to, is called app. So if we search up the app embeds, you can view some of the apps. There's quite a few there. So there's a landing page builder, a couple of different parts just to assist you with building your website. So there are app embeds. Of course, if there's theme settings as well, and you can go ahead and flick through this. You've got logo all the way down to custom CSS. Now, say that you are happy with your website. All you need to do is select save, and all the changes have been saved. Now you can actually go ahead and view this within a live website, as you can see. Now if I say I wanted to remove a section, which I can go ahead and do so here. So with this image banner, I want to go ahead and hide that. And if I click save, since this is a live editing website, if I go into the Shopify one and refresh this should disappear. And then I can redo that as well. Click save and refresh this and it'll be back. So it's fairly easy to actually modify and customize parts within this website builder. Of course, you can edit the code as well, or edit the default theme content. So we'll wait for that to load. So there's a newsletter, of course, accessibility, your blogs for SEO. SEO, for those who don't know, is called search engine optimization. That's just basically to boost your website within ranking as well, just to get more flow of your audience or visitors. But of course, once you have had customized everything, then you would want to add a domain. Now, you can buy a domain or connect an existing domain. So just say if we wanted to do ProfileTree, then I would go ahead and select next. And of course, this is an existing domain, so I don't want to really connect that to it. But you can also buy a domain as well. So if you searched up here, ProfileTree. So here's one, it's ProfileTree.com. So it's unavailable, but I could choose the ProfileTree.store, which is at $9 for the first year. So if you go ahead and select buy, of course, this is where you would apply your address, payment, billing, and of course, this is our subscription, which is a trial. So that's pretty much how to do that. That's how you would add a domain. Now, of course, you would have to, once you've set up your online store, that's when you want to start looking into the store settings and make sure everything complies with the privacy requirements. Then you would set up your Shopify payments, shipping rates, and VAT. So it's as easy as that. And then once you're all done with that, then you would want to go ahead and select your plan. Now, there are 3 plans. So we've got basic, Shopify, and advanced. So these all start off at £1 each for the first month. So it actually used to be the first 3 months, but I assume they've changed that now. So of course, go ahead and check out some of the features. Of course, the more you pay, the more features you'll acquire. And these are some of the features that's included within the plan. Okay, so now that we've had a good overview on the actual Shopify website builder, we're just going to go over a recap on how to create or when you're creating a website. So of course the first one there is to get organized. Now that basically means that you should have a wireframe, a sketch or plan set up, and you would want to maybe consider some of the things that you would want to have on your website. So just with that picture there at the background, of course, that there is similar to a wireframe or a sketch. Now, the potential things that you could have within your website would be going through images, videos, some of the categories you may want. Maybe you're needing a contact page, FAQ, an about us page, menu page. So quite a few things to consider. So that's why you should have a wireframe or sketch in, planned and in set. Now, once you've mapped things out, of course, then that's when things get a little bit easier. You make quick progress and have a general structure then for building a website. Then, of course, the next step there, when we see from the Shopify website builder, is that you would choose a website template. Now, that's when you start deciding what theme you want to use, or if you want to use the default Dawn theme. Now, of course, there are, as we've seen there, there's quite a few options from free and paid for, so just decide whether you want to go for that sort of free or invest a little bit of money into a themed version, which will have a load more features than the free one. Then, of course, you would consider then to customize your website. So as you can see, what we seen earlier on was just a base of that actual theme. And then in that editor, you can modify the theme to however you want, add content, products, business information, and of course, customize the site design with colors, fonts, and layouts. Once you've got all of that sorted, of course, then you would head back to the dashboard itself, and you would select and choose a domain. Now, of course, what we looked at was not everything had to be in order. You could go ahead and proceed to add your products as well as to choose a domain. Now, once you've chosen a domain that's within the Shopify store, you can choose to pay on the Shopify store or use another domain provider. And of course, you would have to link it so that it'll work as a domain for your site. Of course, you want people to visit that URL or that specific page. Then once you've got everything up and running, save everything, publish it, optimize your website for search engines. That's basically meaning in the likes of Google and Bing. So that's, of course, when SEO becomes an important role to your website, where you would have to add blogs, maybe improve SEO using the apps that we seen earlier on. So those apps are basically features to boost the ranking and traffic within your site. Then lastly, what you would want to do is launch your site and get your site published, check and make sure that there's no faults within the website by managing it and updating it, and of course by checking social media and keeping in touch with your actual site. So guys, that reaches the end of the video. Hopefully what you've seen today is a little bit informative and just a step forward onto using the Shopify e-commerce site. Of course, I haven't covered everything, so please do let us know if you have any questions at all in the comment section below. But guys, other than that, I'll see you for the next video. Thank you very much.